onto the windscreen. He was battling with a number of different cars. Now, has he been hit from behind and turned into the pit wall? Is that what's happened? No. Yes. He was turned into the outside, the bridge abutment, but he was hit. That is a huge...
Into the right-hand side, wet on the left-hand side, snap, focuses the other way, and that's it. It's just, there's no saving it from that point, and that's yeah, for an hour.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a heavy hit, and that is exactly the risk of putting on slicks in these conditions where you've still got rain. And
was it just, was there a touch? There was a touch.
Oh my word, the race leader goes through.
So I thought it was directly into the wall when I saw the movement from
train. That is the moment that the number 15 was pitched into the barriers, and that shows you the sheer
on the grass. And oh my goodness, what a big impact for Michael.
At that point, once those wheels were on the grass, Shay, as you
14th in the general classification. Keep an eye out for a red flag here, Shay, if you would.
Yep,
while I'm going through the positions. Behind Marco Cironi.
I don't think there was. I think he just got wide on the water, and it's the same way that Nazar snapped, but into the tyre barriers. So it looks dramatic, but the barrier has done its job. So the EV, so it doesn't look like there's contact, but yeah, be safe. Glad the marshals are okay as well.
The dry bit on the right. From that view, he's on the slightly wet. It's just so easy to make that mistake. Bosh. And then the driver just holding on. But you can see from that, there's
top of the inside of him, but Giacomo manages to hang on to second place. Storming round the outside was Sean Balfe, and he's picked up a few places whilst Loggy is in trouble. Loggy's had contact, so too John Ferguson, and into Andrew Howard. I think Richard Neary was involved in that too, and big drama down the hill. The 27 McLaren heavily into the barriers, takes a couple of others with him, and that was big contact with Sasha Kakad. The car is back in the middle of the road, and this
super well. Wow, look at this, the speed, the energy, the engine cover coming off the BMW as well. I didn't appreciate that. Now watch the Ginetta in the left follow this BMW through. That is tight. That would have been a...
Ahead with the fastest first sector for that car in the race so far. This is the impact, or just prior to the impact for Pipo Derani.
But it's exactly the same kind of incident, isn't it? The car snapping away coming on the Indianapolis approach.
He had the accident on his own and hit a tyre wall and bounced right across the track. Now, who was the other car?
They're moving around. They come down and they're all connected in a they're not lined up, I guess is the best way to put it. It just gets them out of whack. Yeah, and you just see those cars go over those. Oh my gosh, what a big shot by Eric Jones. But you see those cars.
Shell getting got in, and
ouch. Ooh,
yeah, it's the Lambo, and again it was off.
Catch up on what happened. So let's have a quick look. Audi comes into shot, and here, nose to tail, one into the back of the other, and the pair, number 8 Ferrari, number 111 Audi, that was down at turn 22, where you've got a quite heavy run into the guardrail, as did
Madeline Stewart.
Madeline Stewart went in backwards, and then there was some incidental contact afterwards.
That was the 26th.
On the replay. And you are history out there. It is so wet, riding along as a passenger. One in and then helicopters into the wall at tremendous speed. But luckily he's...
Was the comment? Oh, big shunt though down the front straight for the number, is that the sister car, the MV2S racing car, the 28 MV2S racing car that has had a big shunt. Oh, a huge shunt down the back. We have a safety car, we have multiple cars in the barriers. There's debris all across the racetrack, and unsurprisingly we have a red flag because drivers are desperately trying to find their way through. So that'll...
Para saltar a la primera colocación, se tocaron final, uy, golpazo están,
golpazo de Stan, se terminaron tocando Stan y Guerra en la confitería.
Queda tercero, pero bueno, hay que ver cómo sigue el sprint.
Ahí está. Se corre el auto, contacto mínimo y va derecho a la protección.
Raja sideways, hangs onto it. Sanchez will try to work both. Oh, trouble. And there's a crash. Caution is out, the race is over. Trucks up in the air. Nick Sanchez leading when the caution flag came out.
Semáforo verde y no va Suami. La carrera arrancaba la curva.
Logan Sargent, who was trying to get the power down on the turf, fourth lap, and that's the results of what happened. We can have.
Let's go racing on the streets of Baku. Richard Bashaw's got the launch. He needed massive crash in the background. Massive accident in the background involving one of the camp.
Will be covered with double yellows. So one car in the first instance, and then the Porsche coming along and not slowing down. That secondary impact is absolutely horrible into a car that had already lost its drivers.
Whoa! Whoa! Berry's gone, and he goes up and over. Huge hit for Josh Berry.
Here's the push from behind, and then it moved the two car up. And again, pushing gone wrong.
What a violent hit.
Apps. This car is much stronger. This is two weeks in a row, Steve, with cars in the air.
Yeah, a change was made. Obviously, more work to be done.
Back end comes around, and then it went to the right. Now it appears to me, oh, who hit him? Who was that got him? That's Briscoe. Two playoff drivers. So that's one of two things. So watch this thing. The back end starts around first, and when it starts around, he overcorrects it. And that is that is very easy to do in this race car.
They can move up the inside of the other EBM car. And they surely leave the room, and oh no, there's contact. Oh, whoa, that's a huge shunt on the exit of turn number.
Category GT4s. Danny Sufi loses it into the first corner. Huge contact, both cars into the gravel. Danny was a passenger as soon as the rear let go, and unfortunately that's major damage to both cars. The
contact,
That's Gunther in the wall there on the exit turn 5.
Oh my God, rolled over.
So they're not to do anything silly. Big crash there for one of the, I think it was one of the Porsches. I really hope it's okay. I think I saw a car upside down. I did.
Let's have a look, guys, at the accident that took place. Oh, my goodness.
Oh. It was a huge impact.
Eliminated pretty hard hit right there.
Boy, that was a hard hit.
Yeah, you don't like to see those angles.
Hey.
As we have a big one on the front straightaway. Around goes right, around goes Sutton. Cars piling in. This one's going to take out about half of the field on our front straightaway. As we...
Accident. It was a big one, but you know the medical team did a great job extracting me from the car and making sure that I'm all okay. You know, and
way out of the groove, and that's a big one. That is a big one for Joe Gauci. Into the wall and upside down. Fortunately, it is not tumbling down there, but that is a big accident for Joe Gauci, and we'll have to get him out of that car. The fire crew will be on the scene.
ในรุ่นอีโคครับสุรศักดิ์ดาเกงนำอยู่ครับในรุ่นนี้ตามด้วยงามพเนตรครับกระแทกกันตรงนี้ครับไม่ดีแล้วโอ้โหเข้าคู่กันในชิคเคนครับอย่างนี้อุบัติเหตุแน่นอนครับ
Et frein dans le droite pour 3 moins, quart de tour c'est pourri. Frein dans le droite pour 3 moins, quart de tour c'est pourri. Oh putain, oh putain, putain. Oh putain. Aïe 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 aïe.
L'équipage va bien. Après un contrôle à l'hôpital, Cosson n'a rien de fracturé mais souffre de douleurs au cervical.
Oh, that's a big shunt. He just got wide.
Yeah, and no grip on that AstroTurf.
Okay, something happened. Sorry.
Se le va a quedar, se le va a quedar, se le va a quedar, se tocaron. Se tocaron los dos y se tuvieron que parar en el freno los Purita, que son segundo y tercero.
Mucho más el hijo y se
pegaron atrás.
siguen tocando y bueno, ahí se lo levantaron. Bueno, esto ya es...
Martinoglio, mira, esto es la lucha, la pelea por ese lugar.
Claro, se pone de costado y atrás, yo no sé si no hay otro toque. Uy, qué golpazo. Lo levanta.
Two cars slam together and Harrison Burton takes a wild ride through the grass and up into more traffic, gets tagged, turned around, and 5 cars are in it. Ryan Preece.
He and Martin got out of the car, but a medical crew was sent in, obviously, to absolutely check that everything was okay. They've gone off for precautionary checks now.
The main thing is that Oit and Martin are out of the car and are okay.
No sabemos, probablemente, porque además iban, bueno, sabía creo yo que era final de carrera porque iba también lanzando iba dando ráfagas, iba dando luces al muro. Repetido. Se tiraba por el interior, ahí le cerraba. Bueno, pues sí, pues era. Bueno, pues vaya golpe, efectivamente, pues era Aubrey Hall.
Falling to the final transfer spot as the checkered flag's going to drop in this one. Oh my goodness, huge crash off the top of turns 3 and 4.
Off turn 4 for the final time. Comes a run by Brad. There he goes to make his move. He's going to switch back over. Oh, the block, and around goes the 34. And Reddick steals one. That was almost exactly how Brad won this race, his first race. Huge wreck here, guys. Reddick.
Oh my God! Great work, guys!
And that's a big off. That's a second car that's gone there at Eau Rouge. So we had 2 cars go off in quick succession. That looks to me like the Palou of Theodor Jensen. Look, there's so much standing water. And actually, the second car went off almost in sympathy there. Well, big moments. Oh dear. That's a tyre basically trying to go around the circuit on its own there. So we are under red flags, and that's going to be certainly not ridiculously wet to go racing once more. Oh, are we going to see something we don't want to see? Okay, we are. Oof. Well.
Dunn comes across the road, and they just a miscommunication between the 2 drivers. Actually, touches the grass, loses the rear slightly, and ends up catching the car across the road.
Blaney went to move up, make a pass. Byron blocked him. Got him really.
Oh, Byron Blaney
turned
into
around.
the wall.
Kyle Busch.
And just like last year, Blaney gets caught up in the big one.
Brad Keselowski's into the back of the 8, who you can see the flames coming out of Kyle Busch's car, trying to keep from getting into the back of the 24, but the 6 is pushing Kyle Busch so hard that he can't get checked up. You saw the flames come out of the pipes.
Doesn't take much